Okay, you guys, so this is an update of my brow routine, and I just want to share with you guys how to get the perfect brows for uneven brows. If you guys have uneven brows, and what I mean by that is that one brow is lower than the other one. I'm pretty sure you guys can notice right away how they look, how this one is way higher than this one. This one, it just like droops down, and this one has more of an arch. I definitely wish, you know, it was a little higher. It would have been just like perfect, but it's not. So let's go ahead and start.
You should know that I got you on my secret admirer.
So what I'm using is this Anastasia Really Heals brow pomade. I love this stuff. I have, well, let's say I have a love and hate relationship due to the fact that this dries out so quickly, and I feel like it's so expensive for it to dry out that quickly. So I constantly have to be putting oils in it so it moist and comes pasty once again. Other things that I like to use, let me just show you quickly, is a brush like this one. This is actually from Morphe, and I freaking love this brush. I've been using it for a while now, and it's just my favorite one. It's an angle brush like this. It's really flat as well, and it also has a spoolie on the end. Another thing that I love to use to clean up the brows, I just noticed that I do use a lot of angle brushes. I don't know, they work for me instead of flat brushes. This is the one that I use to clean up my brows after I'm done applying the pomade. Other two things that I do use once my brows are completely done is the Gimme Brow, just to add some volume, and the Benefit Ready Set Brows, just to hold them, set them, and for them not to move anywhere. I'm gonna show you guys the first thing that I do, and is powder my brows. I love doing this step, especially when I use pomade. I feel like it adheres better to your brows and it lasts so much longer. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this powder right here, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade 05. Usually I will use a sponge, but I don't have a sponge right now, so I'm just gonna use this little tiny brush and apply the powder onto my brows. And I just like literally press it in, you guys, till it's dust up. You can apply as much as you want to. This is just the way I like to do it. Okay, so next what I'm going to take is my spoolie right here, and I'm going to start brushing the brow towards where I want it to go, basically. And this also helps to get rid of majority of the powder inside the brow, because you also don't want a brow full of powder. You just want to press in the powder, kind of set the brow before doing your brows. Make sense? I hope so. So next we're gonna take our favorite brush, brow brush, and we're gonna pinch it right on the brush. Just pinch it. Just pinch the shit out of the bitch. And this is gonna help the brush to become even more thinner, and this helps so much when creating those perfect hair strokes. In case you're into that, let's just begin. So I'm gonna take my little pomade right here, which is probably almost dry too. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this illuminating Dermaid facial oil and just apply a little tiny drop onto this right here. A drop should completely do it, you guys. Usually I would do this before, like 30 minutes before I do my brows, just because I don't like to like mix it, go back and mix it. I just let it sit on there, and that's about it, till it like sucks it in. But since today we don't have that type of time, let's just stick right in. So we're gonna start with a brow that is very low, and I'm gonna start by brushing it down just so I can see where my hair like stops. And it just gives you a better guide to know where to draw your line. So I'm gonna start by creating a line. You definitely do not want to touch the front of the brow, because that's what's gonna make your brow look very sharpy and unnatural. So definitely do not touch the front brow. So we're gonna go right above the edge of the natural hair brow. Ooh, I just definitely went too high. And I also like to fill in the brow down like that. So I'm just gonna go in a round motion, basically, like that. That's how I like my brows. And then I just like to use the leftovers and kind of bring it inside the brows, filling them in. And then I'm gonna go ahead and brush it up. And this is, once again, is gonna help me see where the line is. Again, you do not want to touch the front of the brows. That's like no. And then once again, just fill it in. Do not worry if your brows look a little bit messed up or if you made any mistake, because we will be cleaning that with concealer. So do not worry if you mess it up. You can always reshape the brows with concealer. So I know my brows look insane right now, but don't worry, once we clean them up, they're gonna look amazing. So we're gonna mix these two concealer right here. I'm using the It Cosmetics by Under Eye concealer and the Revolution Makeup concealer as well, just to mix these two because one is lighter, super light, so I need something to darken it with. Okay, you guys, so now I'm gonna take my concealer and start cleaning up all the mess that I basically created, and I'm gonna start from the front of the brow. And I like to take my time doing this because I feel like this is what gives dimension to your brows. So you really want to take your time, don't rush it, because this is where you perfect everything. And then I like to go on top just to clean up once again any mess that I created. And then I like to take my little spoolie and just brush the front of the brow a little bit like this, just back and forth, you guys. Just bringing that product from inside the brows out, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of color. And then of course you want to make sure you blend all of this harsh concealer just to not let that set on there. And I also like to take a little bit with a fluffy brush like this one onto the front of the brow, just like tapping it like that, just to give it more of a natural look. Again, you guys, I'm not applying basically anything, it's just a little tiny bit, just to give it a little bit more of a natural look. And of course, we're gonna take the Gimme Brows and apply a little bit. And I'm using the shade numero 3. And I'm just gonna take a little tiny bit, you guys, and brush it through the brows just to give, once again, a little bit more volume. We did not apply too much on the front of the brows. I'm just applying a little bit there. And then run a little tiny bit through the brows. And then of course we're gonna set the whole entire brow with this Ready Set Brows by Benefit. And again, I'm just gonna run this through the brow, making sure everything is coated and it's not gonna move anywhere. And the last touch that I love to do to my brows, you guys, is apply a little bit of highlight right there on the brow bone, just to make your brows even like look more poppin' and higher. I'm using this product, which is called a Bronzer by Morphe in the shade Glitterati, and it's just the gorgeous, like perfect champagne color. And I like to use a very small brush like this one to apply just the slightest bit, you guys. And I did create this brow a little bit higher, as you can see, to level up with this one when I created. So this one I have to add a little bit more on the bottom to level with this one. Well babes, this is my final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this eyebrow tutorial. I know it's a little bit hard when it comes to like uneven brows. I try to do the best. Just remember, you guys, that brows are not supposed to be like twins. They're supposed to be sister or cousins, just never enemy, please. No enemy brows, please, just please. Anyways, you guys, let me know in the comments down below what are your favorite brow products and which one are your current favorite, like which one are you using right now. Till further ado, babes, I'll see you.